Watch Hour, sponsored by the Advanced Cosmetic Surgery and Laser Center.
Well, we are going to lighten things up a little bit here. There's a newer practice driven by social media. It's called looks maxing. By definition, it's when people make changes to their appearance to try and look better. But when it comes to your face, a word of caution about some extremes. Joining us now to explain, Dr. John Mendelson of the Advanced Cosmetic Surgery and Laser Center. You said to me, I've heard of this. Tell me what you've heard.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. Since we were communicating, I've actually researched it a little bit more. You know, looks maxing really is a term used to maximize one's looks, but the trend is, as you stated, TikTok, Instagram, social media, typically focused on younger men. And there are a lot of things, like it's called mewing, where you hold your tongue towards the top of your, your palate, where you're using rocks. There's something that we talked about, bone smashing, where these guys are trying to really fracture their faces with the goal of defining stronger jaw lines or cheekbones. So some of these things are harmless, and certainly, go for it. There are the concerns are the psychological impacts. When I watched a number of videos, and the guys who were doing it started to say, once they started looking at themselves, they became more self-critical. So it wasn't even really what it was doing for their appearance, if anything. It was that they started finding flaws in themselves. And you and I before have talked about body dysmorphic disorder. That's not necessarily what this is, but the mental health impact of some of these things. Our celebrities and famous people are influencing these young men.
Yeah, very well said. So one of the things that you said is if you're going to do something to improve your appearance, do something that has lasting value, that really would make a difference, maybe, nothing wrong with it. And we have a little surgery video. You said one of the best procedures that can kind of lift up the face is an eyelid lift. Tell me about that.
Yeah, well, this is absolutely one of the best procedures I think almost anybody can undergo. I mentioned to you, I'm having my blepharoplasty performed on June 8th. I've got a friend coming up, and we'll share some of that with you. But, being on Zoom, social media, taking more photos than probably ever in human history, we see ourselves more. I don't know if it's a great statement that perhaps we're more critical, but certainly we feel good, we're taking care of ourselves, but our eyes look droopy, we look tired, and in about a 30-minute procedure under local anesthesia, we're able to remove that excess tissue from above the eyelid. There's a single suture that we use to close that, and it's a long-lasting, as you just mentioned. The results last about 20 years. So we're big fans of upper eyelid surgery, what we call upper blepharoplasty.
Yeah, well said. All right, we want to put up some information so people can reach out to you if they need to. Thank you for just, using this for a time to educate. The Advanced Cosmetic Surgery and Laser Center, Dr. John Mendelson, 513-351-3223. John, we look forward to sharing your surgery, the befores and afters.
Thank you, Liz.
Yeah, thanks for being here today.